What's up, YouTube? Deadpool2323 here. Coming back with another video. Doing my first ever contest video. This is the Gizmoat 100 sub, the gizmoat17 100 sub contest video. Saw other people doing it and heard some people talking about how good their channel is with the husband and wife couple there. I absolutely agree with it. They're great. Enjoyed watched a couple of your videos, and I just recently subbed, so definitely going to go back and when I have more time and watch all those videos. Let's get in the haul. First, I am over 18, well over 18. Shout out to under 100 video, QB Comic Addict. At the time I did this video, I'm doing this video, he had just under 100. And there's another one, StrangexBlade. It's StrangexBlade. He's only got 2 videos and 10 subscribers. Just getting started. Let's give a guy who's just getting started a little love, huh? And then I'll throw out my son's Flying Sonic 21. He has nothing to do with comic books. It's all video games. If you're into watching kids play video games, I guess that's a whole nother thing. But figured he's under 100 subs, I'd throw my son out there because I'm a good dad. The next thing is how long have I been collecting? Well, I started collecting my freshman year in high school. So that's about 25 years ago. I collected up until after I got out of high school. I joined the military, and I collected up to my first year in the military, and then I stopped. After I got married and we had our first baby, I actually ended up selling my whole collection. And then probably about 4 years ago now, actually, I think it might have been right about 4 years ago, my son was really into Spider-Man, and he wanted to go to a comic convention. So I took him to a comic convention, kind of got the itch again, bought him some comics, kind of hemmed and hawed for about a year on whether or not I was going to start collecting, and then he wanted to start going and looking at comic books, so kind of got me back into collecting with him again. Then I just kind of went nuts with it, and I'm really collecting now, and he's kind of half collecting. He's collecting when I buy him comic books. He collects the figures. He likes the figures. So I'm actually going to talk to him about doing reviews of the figures for his channel. So maybe that'll be coming up. But what initially got me into it 25 years ago was really a friend of mine had gotten kicked out of his house, and this is kind of a stupid story, but he while his mom was at work, he broke back into his house to get all his stuff, and he was burning a bunch of stuff in the burn barrel, and he had a box of comics sitting there, and I said, "You're gonna burn that?" And he goes, "Yeah, I don't want my mom to have them." I said, "Well, then give them to me." So he gave them to me. The first comic book I picked up was X-Men number 213, and I said, "Wow, these X-Men are pretty cool." So I went to the corner store. Back then, you could buy comic books in a corner store, and the only X title book they had was X-Force number 11, which on the cover was Domino and Deadpool, and it was a yellow background, and I just thought it was a cool cover. I read the book. It was awesome. It's the book that made me fall in love with Deadpool. It's why my name's Deadpool2323. I love Wolverine. I love Deadpool. I love the whole Weapon X program storylines from back then. So yeah. So that's going to lead me to my unpopular opinion. And yes, I am the guy who likes Rob Liefeld. Don't unsubscribe to me because of that, please. When I started, at 15, 14 years old, started reading comic books, I really wasn't paying attention too much to the fact that he didn't draw feet. I was I loved Fabian Nakenza's storylines for X Force. That whole first 20 books in X Force, man. Every month I couldn't wait for the new one to come out. I went back, bought all the old ones, and then I started buying the old New Mutants. And then I said, oh, I'm gonna go way back and buy the original New Mutants. And my favorite character wasn't actually Deadpool, it was Cannonball. I loved Cannonball. To this day, I loved Cannonball. Um, so so yeah, so there's my unpopular opinion. I've actually met Rob Liefeld. I have a couple of his autographs. I'm not exactly completely thrilled with the way Deadpool has shaped out. He used to be this savage killer who had a little bit of a conscience, but he was badass and he was funny. And now he's become kind of a punchline. And yeah, I'm not real happy with a lot of the books. Some of the books, like the Spider-Man Deadpool run's been pretty good. I read all the current stuff. Some of it, I'll tell you what, the Uncanny Avengers stuff coming out right now with Deadpool, and it's been really good. The Deadpool Mercs for Money's been pretty good. But the actually his monthly titles haven't been bad at all. They've been pretty good, but his man, every little miniseries that comes out is just, I think everyone gets dumber. I don't think they get better at all. So I might stop buying the miniseries just because they're just, I feel like I'm throwing my money away is really how I feel about that. Um, I'm gonna go into the next thing is the variants. So this is Deadpool Secret Wars. This is the blank variant. That last year for my birthday, a very good friend of mine had this drawing done, and years ago, I'm gonna give a little nerd fact about me. I used to play a game called World of Darkness. It was kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, but you could be anybody. I was Deadpool. My buddy was Snake Eyes. And another buddy of ours was Jared from The Pretender, and he always wore a suit and carried a briefcase. And unfortunately, Jared is, well, his name was Derek. He's passed away, so you can see they drew a little homage to him, and they made him a zombie. My buddy Derek would have absolutely loved that. That was his personality, but it's a variant cover. It's a blank. My buddy had it drawn for me. An artist, last name Morrow. I don't know where he had it drawn or whatever, but that's pretty cool. But if you want an actual variant, not a blank, this was popular a while ago. It kind of goes for a little bit of money, but it's just honestly my favorite variant. Astonishing Ant-Man #10, the Death of X variant of Cyclops. I just love it. I think it's fantastic. I'm a big X-Men fan, so best garage sale find, or YouTube, or not YouTube, Craigslist or flea market, something like that. I got two great stories. First appearance Carnage, garage sale for 50 cents. Can't beat it. Can't beat that. That's my greatest. I really don't. I haven't found one much better, but I did pick up 2 copies. Well, I picked up about 30 books for $80 off a guy I met in a pawn shop one time. And he wasn't the pawn owner, but in there were 2 copies of New Mutants '98. So pretty stoked about that. Sorry about that glare, guys. There you go. So and then my Grail is my on-hand Grail, Incredible Hulk #181, first appearance Wolverine. It'd be a toss-up between that and Giant Size X-Men #1. I have them both rated at a 7.0. I'm gonna go with this book just because, I mean, it's Wolverine, and it's considered probably the biggest Bronze Age key in Marvel. So that's what I'm gonna go with is my on-hand Grail. That's definitely my favorite book in my collection. I didn't pay much money for it. I've told the story before. I ended up paying $100 for it, from a friend of mine. He knew what it was worth. We thought it was worth a little less. I didn't think it was going to grade as well as it did. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a professional grader, and so I told him I'd pay him $50 for it, and if it graded higher than what I thought, I'd pay him an additional 50. I said, but if it grades higher than I thought, it's worth a lot more money. And he said, "Hey, that's good. I'm just happy that you're getting it." So there we go. There's my first ever contest entry video. So this contest ends April 2nd, which is kind of funny because that's my birthday. So hopefully we'll be hearing from you. If not, it was fun doing the video, and check out Gizmoat17, guys. They are really entertaining and fantastic channel. Till next time, guys, happy hunting.